Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Overtime on RCTV. I'm John Starsvik alongside my partner, David. David, what's been going on, man?
Nothing much, man. It's been a great week so far with Springford sports and continue going.
Yeah, we've had a pretty good week. I had a pretty good week myself. Let's just go ahead, David, dive right into it. So, for field hockey, Boyertown beat Springford 1-2, and then bringing it back for their senior night, they beat O&J Roberts 2-1. For football, big loss for the Rams. They got blown out by Downingtown West, 30-0. So we were at the game. We'll talk about that one later, all right?
Yeah.
We'll save that. Look at some better scores
Let's
for now.
talk about this later.
Boys soccer lost 2-1 to Perk Valley. And then the Boyertown game, they won at home. In overtime, they got a free kick. They won by 1 in that one. That was a really fun game I got to call.
You called that one.
I did, yeah. And then Springford girls soccer won both of their games. They beat Perk Valley 1-0. And then they beat Boyertown 2-1. All right. On volleyball, they beat Exeter in 3 sets. They beat Perk Valley in 3 sets and Upper Marion in 3 sets. Pretty interesting progression here. Upper Marion was one of the hardest teams last year. They lost to them 3-2, and now just blowing them out in 3 sets. Pretty interesting to see how the team grows over time, right, David?
Yeah, I mean, like...
Yeah, last year, David, Dig Pink game, huge game for them. They struggled. They went to the 5th set, and it was really close, neck and neck the whole time. Now just 0-3, blow them out.
Home this time for the Dig Pink game this year?
Yeah, they will be home. Don't worry about that. Yeah, and for boys golf, we won our game against Upper Marion, 185-11. I say this every week. Lower score wins. And then we won by 2 strokes over Boyertown, 194-192.
That's a close one.
Closer. You want to talk about close, David? Let's talk about the girls golf. They won
closer.
195.
Even closer.
1 stroke. That's like 1 missed putt. If we missed one of those putts, it would have been tied. You would have had to go to a shootout. That might have actually gone to a shootout. I didn't do much research on that. But it doesn't look, it might have. I'm not sure. And then Springford beat O&J Roberts, 195-11. Tennis won all 3 of theirs. Springford beating Norristown in 7, beating Upper Marion in 7, and beating Perk Valley in 2.
Well, speaking of which, my sister had a strong match against Perk Valley.
It's good to hear. All right, let's just go ahead and bring it back to Downingtown West. 30-0 last Friday. It was a tough game. We had 2 picks in the first quarter, so really good look early on. But from what I saw, Downingtown West plays a really fast football game.
I mean, like, just like you said about the first 2 picks in the first half, I think there were 3 actually, 2 by Aiden Lennon, 1 by Cole Broderick.
3, that's right.
Yeah, so there's 3 in the first half total. I mean,
and
overall,
to not even put any points on the board.
Yeah, overall, I just feel like, Springford, like really like what of the words of Blake Turner, he said their season has not started yet. Like
Exactly,
they have
yes,
not
the season
gone,
has not started.
Like they have not gone into any of their pack games yet. Like
Yeah,
they are
these
starting.
games don't really matter. They're to get experience before you go into pack play, where it really does start to matter. I mean, the officials were being tough on the Springford team. We saw it was
A
an
few
overturn.
missed
One of the big calls that I saw was it was an overturn on 4th down, but they called a personal foul on one of our guys,
Yeah.
and that pushed us back.
Yeah,
Coach
and
Palmer
then-
not too happy about
And
that
then
one.
another one I saw, I think it was they called a fumble, and clearly I think the runner was down.
Exactly.
And, I mean,
that was on us.
yeah.
That was another big
yeah.
one.
I mean,
So-
there are 2 big missed calls. I think in high school football, really, you can't even overturn those kinds of plays.
Exactly. We don't have the technology that they have in the NFL where, coach shows a red flag and they go and check it and they say after the review.
Yep.
We don't have any of that. So really, it's what the ref saw
Call
there.
New York.
There's we can't call New York. We can't call the RCTV trailer. It's just what the ref saw is what goes. There's no questioning it.
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the schedules coming up here. Field hockey's going against Perk Valley away. They're going to bring it home for Pottstown and then travel over to Norristown. Springford football this Friday is going to be at Norristown. That should be a pretty nice win to start pack play. Like you said, Blake Turner told us the week. Let me re-roll that here. I stumbled over myself. Blake Turner said it himself. The season doesn't start until Norristown. So a win there is crucial for this team, David.
Yeah, this is basically like their first game. I mean, it's their first
Exactly.
PAC
First
conference.
PAC play. This is what's going to judge them for districts.
But so far, I mean, they've not been off to a great start with, playing against teams out of their conference. I know it was, to get some experience and to get ready for, these types of games. Like, I mean, speaking of which, we got PV at home in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So,
yeah.
I mean, like, this is basically a little bit of a warm-up, and if they can get their season going, then they should be on stretch to get a few wins.
And you have to remember, last year we went 1-3, and the only win we got was against Souderton. So I really think that we went 0-4 this year, so not much of a change. Souderton didn't go our way. That could just be that team growing and us getting a little worse, obviously.
I mean, because think about it, those teams were, like, they're really good. Like, I mean, Easton, Souderton, like, those are teams that are top in the state.
Exactly, and really tough matchups. Those turned over from last year from Coach Brubaker, so really setting us up last year, and we just decided to go with them again. They were tough on us, but, it'll toughen the guys up and give them somebody to go ahead and take out their anger on against Norristown, you could say.
Yeah, it's time to get ready.
Excited for that one, I'm really. And then boys soccer, it's going to be home against OJR.
That's a big one.
Big one, OJR. Big, great soccer team. Springford. Coach Sharp told me that he wants the whole pack to know that Springford is an apex predator. They're not just a pack championship winning team. He wants the pack to know that we're an apex predator. We're somebody to look out for, just like OJR is to us. So really excited to see how that goes. Is that tonight?
Yeah, that is tonight. Indeed, I was talking to Brendan Reed. He's like, this is our most important game of the season.
Huge game. 7 o'clock tonight if you want to go ahead at that one. Springford's going against Upper Perk, traveling over there, and then bringing it home for Upper Marion. On the girls' soccer side, Springford's going to be going against Owen J. Roberts. And then they're going to be at home for Pottsgrove, and then traveling across the river. There's a river in between here somewhere, right? Across the highway to Pope John Paul II.
The highway crossover.
I guess, yeah, right over 422.
Why don't we just name that?
And then finally for volleyball, they're going to be traveling to Methacton, the Academy of Notre Dame, and then Pottstown. That's not a college, that's a private school near us. Boys golf is going to be traveling over to Perk Valley. They're going to be home against the Episcopal Academy, and then they're going to be home against Methacton. Girls golf has Downingtown West. Pope John Paul II traveling over to that one, bringing it home for Perk Valley again. Finally, David, your sister's team tennis is going to be going to Pottstown and bringing it home for Blairtown. Really exciting games. You mentioned it. Boys soccer, Springford, football against Norristown. Hopefully get a win there. I mean, that's all we have here. The boys at Overtime at RCTV, John Starcevic, David Judish. Thank you so much for watching. David, anything else?
That's it, Johnny.
All right. We'll see you next week on Overtime on RCTV.